Lancehead F1 crossbow. First time I pulled the Lancehead F1 out of its case, I felt like I was unwrapping a precision instrument from a secret lab. And the moment of holding it is the kind of tactile surprise that turns casual interest into obsession. There is an elegance to its silhouette that contradicts the power you can sense even before you cock it. The lines are clean, the finish is restrained, and somehow it manages to look both industrial and refined at once. That feeling of, this is engineered, not assembled, is everywhere. From the way the parts fit together, to the quiet confidence it gives off when resting in your hands. Using it rewrites your expectations about what a compact crossbow can be, because it refuses the usual compromises and instead offers a focused statement of purpose. You notice small design choices that read as thoughtful rather than flashy, and that steadiness is oddly reassuring when you are trying to imagine what it can do. It is the kind of piece that invites you to learn it, to understand its quirks, and to show it off without having to shout about performance. If you like things that feel like locked-in tools rather than gimmicks, this one speaks that language fluently. Steambow AR6 Stinger. If you want a gadget that brings noise to the quiet party of mechanical design, the Steambow AR6 Stinger is the one that makes people look up from their phones and say, "What is that?" It carries that tactical, unapologetic energy that looks cool in photos and even better in action because its modular nature lets you make it feel like your own custom rig, almost like building a little mechanical persona. There is a playful brutality to the way it cycles through shots, and the speed and cadence are part of its charm in the same way. A good drum beat makes a song memorable. Handling it is kind of like piloting a tiny disciplined machine built for rapid, decisive motion, and the aftermarket support for accessories lets you lean into whatever personality you want for it. It trades subtlety for swagger occasionally, but in a way that feels intentional rather than clumsy, like someone who is loud because they have something to prove. The Stinger is the crowd pleaser of the lineup. Show it off once, and you will have friends asking for a closer look, and you will be grinning because it delivers the theatrical performance you expected. Ballista Bat Reverse. There is a theatrical satisfaction to the Ballista Bat Reverse that hits a different note than the brashness of the Stinger or the clinical feel of the Lancehead, because its reverse draw layout is a design twist that reads like cleverness made visible. You spring it up and suddenly conventional expectations of what a compact crossbow should look like are politely put on notice, because it presents power in a way that looks like it was carefully inverted for practical reasons and stylistic effect. The handling is surprising in a good way. The balance and ergonomics have been thought through, so shooting feels like a measured ritual rather than a raw, clumsy shove. There is a certain cinematic quality too, the kind that makes you imagine slow-motion sequences and shadowed alleyways, but it also performs in daylight with the same composed confidence I like, that it gives you a little puzzle to the eye and then rewards you with a satisfying result when you actually use it. The kind of product that makes you appreciate the moment-to-moment engineering choices. It is one of those tools that earns respect quietly, the type collectors point to when they want to illustrate design thinking rather than size or noise. Excalibur Twin Strike. If you have a weakness for overconfidence presented with craftsmanship, the Excalibur Twin Strike is going to wink at you and then politely punch your expectations out of the room. Dual shot capability turns a mundane interaction into theater because there is a playful audacity to being able to launch 2 bolts in sequence, and there is a small burst of satisfaction when the mechanisms align and the system performs exactly as promised. It is not just a gimmick, though. The Twin Strike manages to balance spectacle with thoughtfulness, so the dual setup feels practical and deliberately engineered, rather than tacked on for shock value. Holding it carries a little bit of that hero tool energy without tipping into cartoon territory, and there is a tactile rhythm when you operate it that becomes oddly musical. After a few moments, people will smile when they see you cock it, not just because of the novelty, but because the execution actually earns the astonishment. It is the kind of piece that raises the bar for fun in gear reviews, while keeping enough seriousness in the underlying build to feel credible to someone who cares about quality. EK Archery Revo 7. If the Revo 7 were a person at a party, it would be the calm one who quietly outperforms everyone else without needing to brag. And that understated competence is what makes it memorable. The bullpup configuration tucks mass into the grip area, in a way that makes the whole device feel balanced and intuitive, so it behaves like an extension of your body rather than a detached tool you are wrestling with. There is an approachable friendliness to its interface that encourages you to pick it up and experiment, which is actually rare when you're dealing with high-performance devices. And yet, when you give it a proper run, it reminds you not to underestimate subtlety. The performance surprises you by being punchy in the right moments, like a quiet friend who wears running shoes and then casually beats you up the hill. It is a solid, dependable entry that rewards familiarity and invites ownership rather than just admiration. For anyone who likes to spend time dialing in gear rather than showing it off, this one feels like the smart, reliable choice that quietly becomes a favorite. So, which of these would you pick? The futuristic Lancehead, the rapid-fire Steambow, or maybe that stealthy Ballista bat that just feels like power disguised as minimalism? Drop your pick in the comments. I read every one of them and love seeing what you all think. If this list gave you chills or just sparked your curiosity for next-level engineering, hit that like button. It seriously helps more than you think. And if you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, because we've got more mind-blowing tech that'll make you question what's possible in compact design. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one.